Hi guys. I hope I don't look as orange as this lighting is making me look. So there is natural lighting here and it is kind of orangey. So I feel like I kind of look orangey. But no guys, this is very serious. I need to speak to you guys because part of my YouTube channel is that I tell you guys everything and I tell you my raw, real experiences. So you guys know that I did a luxury house tour. First, let me say, when I was coming to Tanzania, I was supposed to go back to Zimbabwe because you guys know that I've started my work there and all that stuff. So I wasn't able to go back to Zimbabwe because the borders were closed. And I kind of was already in the midst of moving and all my stuff was packed and stuff like that. And I have a friend who stays here in Arusha. You guys probably know her, traveling sister. And I was not able to go to Zimbabwe. So I said, you know, Tanzania is on one of my lists. I plan on going around the continent of Africa. So I want to be able to just kind of put that together. So I put it together and it was great. So my friend, again, traveling sister, said to me, we were trying to figure out what was the best accommodation to do, if Airbnb was best or getting an apartment out here and stuff like that, or renting out a house was best. So I didn't know how long I was going to stay. I just kind of was like, okay, I am going to stay until Zimbabwe borders open. That was my plan. So that didn't happen because one, the borders are still not open, and I really love it here. Like, I really love it here. So I wind up, she was like, the best thing to do is to rent out an Airbnb. So I said, okay. So I rented out an Airbnb. Before I rented out an Airbnb, first thing was I noticed this place didn't have any reviews. So I was like, I don't really like places that don't have reviews. I'm just like that. But after chatting with the woman and speaking to her, and she made everything sound peachy and clear, I was like, you know what? This sounds like a good deal. I'm gonna take the risk. My friends know where I am. My family knows where I am. So what's the worst that can happen? Okay, so I booked the Airbnb. So originally I had the Airbnb from July 6th until September. So I didn't wind up coming until July 10th because I had complications with flights. And the woman seemed, you know, like, oh no, it's fine. Like, you know, you can come whenever you want to come, stuff like that. So I said, okay. So the agreement that her and I had was that I had a security and I had a house, what are they called? Housemate, house cleaner. So she originally was supposed to come from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. So she comes, she cleans, she cooks, she does, you know, takes care of the house. So I said, okay, great. So the first day that I get here, now the landlord does not, the woman who owns the house, she does not live near here. So she has her cousin who kind of introduced me to the place and showed me around and stuff like that. Now, so the moment that she came here, the housekeeper, I'm gonna call her housekeeper, I'm not gonna say her name, but the housekeeper from this house introduced herself to me, and she said, hi, like, you know, like, I live kind of far, so is it okay if I come in at 10, 11 o'clock and I'll just stay later until like 5, 6 o'clock? I said, yeah, of course, that's not a problem. Because for me, I don't wake up that early anyways. Guys, I'm not a morning person. So I don't wake up that early anyway. So it wasn't a big deal to me. So she said, she was like, okay, great. So right in front of the landlord's cousin. It was great. So she was continuing to clean the house and stuff. And to me, she had a really nice personality. She really liked my daughter. Like, things like were good. So I asked her, since she's like, you know, the housekeeper, I said, hey, do you want to make some extra money? Like, do you want to watch my daughter while I go out a night, and then I'll pay you for it? She said, yes, of course. Like, she was with it. So I said, okay, great. That sounds really good. So, and if this goes well, you know, hopefully in the future we can kind of, you know, get like a babysitting thing situated. So she said, oh, we worked out a price, which was 20,000 shillings, 20,000, so 20,000, which is about, I think, guys, don't beat me up, but I think it's about like $10 US for the night. So I was like, okay, great. So what wound up happening is I went out, she watched my baby. It was great. Mind you, I went out at like 11 o'clock. So by the time that I went out, my daughter was already sleeping. Like, I already made sure I put her to sleep. So she was just basically the adult in the house to make sure that my daughter wasn't alone. So the next day, we agreed to 20,000 shillings, but I gave her 50,000 because I felt like she watched my kid, you know, she made me trust her. Like, I want to have a good relationship. Like, that's great. So I gave her 50,000. Now, guys, 50,000 shillings in one night is crazy. Anybody who's from Tanzania will tell you that's a lot of money to give somebody for watching your kid for like 3 or 4 hours. Like, most people make that in a month. So but that's just who I was. Like, I was like, listen, like, I get you. Like, I understand you. Like, it's no problem. Like, it is what it is. To me, it was just like 20 bucks. So $25, I think. Yeah, because you're supposed to split it in half and then take off the zero. So I think it's like 25 bucks. So yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal to me. Okay, cool. So fast forward, I noticed that she's been coming in late. Like, she's been coming at like 1 o'clock, like 1:30. And I'm kind of like, dude, like, by the time you get here, I'm already out. So therefore, you didn't even make breakfast. You didn't do any of that stuff. So I was like, thought that was funny. And then she told me she was no longer coming on Saturday. So the agreement is she's only supposed to have Sunday off. So she goes, I'm not coming on Saturdays anymore. So I said, why? And then she's like, oh, I can't come in on Saturdays. That's not the agreement that I had. So I said, okay, make sure you tell the landlord that. Because what I'm assuming is that she's telling the landlord that she is being there Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and is getting her full salary, but she's coming in at like 1 o'clock and she's leaving at 5 and she's not coming in on Saturday. So I told her to make sure you tell the landlord. So what wound up happening is the landlord actually reached out to me and said, hey, I wanted to talk to you because I was wondering if we can get off of Airbnb and do like a lease, because I didn't realize, this is her first time on Airbnb, I didn't realize that Airbnb takes so many fees from me. So I was like, I mean, we use Airbnb for a reason because it protects us and stuff like that. But, you know, when the Airbnb contract expires, then I would be open to, you know, just doing a regular lease. So I said to her, but I just want to, you know, put some concerns out there before that happens. And I told her, I said, well, you know, the housekeeper, you know, she's been coming in at 1 o'clock. She's telling me she's not coming in on Saturdays. I just want to know, like, kind of what's going on. So she was like, She was like, she never told me that. I don't know what's happening. She should be there Monday through Saturday from 8 to 3. So I said, I'm not sure. So she's like, okay, I'm going to call her and then I'm going to call you back. So I said, okay. So she winds up sending me a message, guys. A message saying, I spoke to the housekeeper and she said that you are keeping her there late and that is the reason why she's coming in late. You can't keep her in there late and I'm gonna cancel your reservation. Guys, I'm calm about the situation now, but when I got that message, I was mad. I was like, what? So I wind up calling the landlord. And I say, what are you talking about? When is she's ever here late? And when she's here late, she gets paid for when she's here late. The landlord goes, she said you never paid her. I was like, what? Guys, when I say I was upset, I'm still heated about the situation. I was furious. I was like, what? I was like, I paid her double and a half what she was supposed to get. And you're telling me that she's saying that I didn't pay her at all? Now, if you guys know me, like my integrity is everything to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Who I am as a person is everything to me. And for you to sit here and try to make it seem as if I am taking advantage of someone and I just have them here at all types of night and stuff like that, that is not cool with me. It is not cool with me. So I was furious. And then the landlord had the nerve to say, well, I knew her longer than you, so I'm gonna take her aside, so I'm canceling your reservation. You can find another place to stay. Yo. I was so mad. I could not believe it. I literally could not believe it. She was like, she's only supposed to be there from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. I said, first of all, the first day that I got there, she told me she could not be there from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. because she lives far. I said, you can confirm with your cousin. Guys, I got the cousin on the phone, I got the landlord on the phone, and the cousin confirmed that the woman told me that she was gonna come from 10 in between 11 and be there at 3 o'clock. And when she told me she wasn't gonna be there Saturday, I spoke to the cousin and I said, hey, listen, I think maybe there's a translation problem. And and then he was like, okay, so he spoke to her and she said she couldn't come on Saturdays because of family issues. So why is she saying that she can't come on Saturdays and she's coming late because of me, because I keep her there late? I was pissed. I was so pissed off. So the landlord is like, I'm not understanding why she's saying that you didn't pay her, but yet you saying that you paid her. I was like, I swear I paid that lady double and a half what she was supposed to get. And yo, let me tell you, God is amazing. Truly, God is amazing. My friends were actually here when I paid her. So I gave her the money and then she looked to my friends who speak Swahili and was like, what is this for? And they were like, oh, because you watched her kid. So there was proof that I paid her. I have friends that was here when I gave her the physical money. So I could not believe, listen, as a landlord, first of all, I don't mean to sound this way, but listen, I'm paying this landlord who's giving this person a job. So therefore, I'm paying both of you guys, okay? So how dare you, as a landlord, say to me, well, I knew her longer, so I'm gonna take her aside. What she should have done is she should have been like, you know what? I wasn't there. I don't know the exact situation, but how about next time what we do is we just have her come from 8 to 3, since that's the agreement, and then if you need babysitting services, let's just find somebody else so that there's not a conflict. That's how I would have handled it. So for her to be like, well, I knew her longer, I don't know what to tell you, all of this stuff. I was so mad. So what wound up happening is the housekeeper finally told the truth and said, oh, she did pay me, but da 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 da. So basically, the housekeeper was afraid. So I don't pay for the housekeeper. The landlord pays for the housekeeper. So the housekeeper was afraid that if she told the landlord that I was paying her, that she would have stopped paying her, or there would have been some conflict there. But why you had to throw me under the bus and make me look like a terrible person and tell her and make up all these lies that I'm using you and all this stuff and I have you here? First of all, guys, most of the times I'm not even here. We're gone. Me and Saya, like, we by 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, we are out and about. We don't stay here. And when we come back at like 7, 8 o'clock. The housekeeper is not even here anymore. So how am I keeping her here late when she's not even here when I comes home? I don't even know when she's gone. Like, she clearly was lying. But what pissed me off was the fact that, one, she lied. And I paid her all that money to be nice, and she had the nerve to lie on me. And to be honest, she's stupid because we could have had a good relationship and she could have made a lot of money from me. And two, I can't believe that the landlord just took her side and didn't investigate the situation or anything like that and had the nerve to threaten me to cancel it. Are you serious? So what wound up happening is, after the landlord found out the truth, that I was correct, that I definitely did pay her, that the cousin confirmed that she said she had a family emergency, that's why she's been coming late. It has nothing to do with me or withholding her or anything like that. The landlord says, please find it in your heart to forgive her. Please find it in your heart to forgive me. You know, pray to God and just, you know, I apologize and all of this stuff. So, guys, I was at 1,000, but I was like, you know what? I am a God's child. And I really like the security here. I like the house. I was like, you know what? First of all, I can't forgive the housekeeper. I don't want her here. I told them, I was like, I don't want her here at all. I don't care what the situation is. She can either, if you want her here, then I'm out as a tenant. That's it. You lied on me. You disrespected me. You painted me to be a terrible person. And now you want to come back and clean the house? Nah, I'm sorry, baby. I don't work that way. Absolutely not. Once you cross me, once it's over. So I was like, no. But I wind up staying in still the Airbnb until my time in September, since I was like, you know what, whatever, the house, I don't like the way the landlord handled it, but you know what, let me just stay here and let me just figure out what I need to figure out in the meantime, because obviously I was gonna extend it from September. I'm definitely not extending it this time. So I was like, let me just stay here while I'm here. I'm already unpacked, I'm already comfortable, my daughter's already comfortable, the landlord is ridiculous. I don't like how she handled it, but I'll just keep it going. I'll just leave the situation. So the housekeeper never came back. I wind up getting my own housekeeper. And oh, hold on, sorry, one more thing. So my friend came here, and she when she came here, she took a shower. And the landlord had the nerve to say to me, oh, there's things happening in that house that I didn't approve of. So I said, what things? Please enlighten me and tell me what things. She's like, oh, someone took a shower there. Are you serious? How you rent out a place and you're telling me that someone else can't take a shower and I pay for this place per month? I'm not understanding the correlation. I don't get it. So she's been driving me crazy. So what wind up happening, which is my last straw, what wind up happening is the power went out. So I said, why is the power out? So the woman wind up saying, oh, you're using too much electricity. What? Excuse me? Come again? Pardon me? You're using too much electricity. I'm like, first of all, On Airbnb, can you imagine, guys, you go to a hotel and they tell you you're using too much water? Ma'am, I rent this place out via Airbnb. I pay one price per night to be here, and that covers everything. Why are you telling me, why are you cutting off my lights and telling me that I pay too much electricity? I mean, that I use too much electricity. Are you kidding me? Where did I do that at? When is that acceptable? I'm just really not understanding. Where is that acceptable at? So I'm like, listen, you need to look into the policies of Airbnb and you need to figure it out. So now she's on some, you need to pay the electricity. I told her, I'm not paying the electricity. It's not happening. Cancel my reservation, do what you have to do, but I am not paying for the electricity. I'm not doing it. So that's the issue I'm running into now. Thank God I have such amazing friends. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Kiki, to Sos, to Kat, to Freddie. All of you guys, I love you guys so much. They are out here like, girl, you can pay half the price that you're paying there and you can get a nicer place. And they're out here house hunting for me, like straight up making phone calls, seeing places. They are really like going in to find me a place. So I'm over it. I don't want to hear any more apologies. I don't want to hear any more, oh, please find it in your heart to forgive us and we made a mistake and da-da-da-da-da. And listen, as a business owner, what you should have did is you should have calculated your expenses and you should have calculated how much so you can make profit. If you made a mistake, I understand that you're a first time Airbnb owner, but you can't take that out on the client. You got to be like, you know what, I'm gonna take that L and then I'm gonna learn, okay, how much did this cost me? What should I change it to in the future in order for me to make profit? You don't sit here and make my experience a terrible experience because you made a mistake. It doesn't work that way. So guys, I'm over it. Honestly, I'm over it. My mental health and my peace of mind is more important to me than anything else. So even if she doesn't cancel it, at this point, I'm gonna cancel it because I'm just not dealing with it. Like I really am not dealing with it. So I'm gonna take you guys through this apartment house hunting thing with me, and let's find me a new place because this ain't it, baby. It ain't it. This landlord, she gotta go. So I would not recommend her in Arusha at all. You guys, you're gonna see my review because I'm gonna write a cute long paragraph, maybe 5 paragraphs of the things that this woman put me through while I was here. And I would not book with her. Do not book with her. She is a psychopath. And guys, I can't. Thank God she doesn't live nearby, because if she had lived nearby, that New York would have came out of me real quick. So anyways, yeah, that's my experience. I'm actually kind of glad to get out of an Airbnb anyways, because local apartments are way cheaper. But the reason why I didn't get a local apartment is because I didn't know how long I was going to stay here. But it seems like I'm going to stay here for a little bit. So I'm excited to actually get like a local apartment and not be like in an Airbnb. I mean, literally, like my friend found a place for me for $180 US, and I'm paying $450 US here. So I can save so much more money and still get a really nice place. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys this whole experience this week of me looking for places and things like that. And I will talk to you guys later. I love you guys. Don't worry, guys. I'm good. I'm safe. It's all good. We're gonna upgrade and it's gonna get better. Bye.